What's up, y'all? What you see in the background is that's my profile background photo. All right, so it's telling you a lot about me. Um, these are the seven laws or principles of Tahuti. The principle of mentalism is all is mental, which is the universal mind. Racism does exist, but racism is not our biggest enemy, our biggest threat. Our biggest threat is our mindset. Our biggest threat is the way that we think. Even if we were in chains, in prison, behind prison walls, our biggest threat, our biggest impact is our mindset. Because this is the most powerful asset the planet has. The carbon content is the element that allows for electricity or movement or God to move through our veins. That's what it is. Insulates the movement inside of our physical flesh. We are gods in the flesh. These are facts. That's who we are. We are gods in the flesh. So our thinking mind is a godly mind. Whatever, God does not care what you do. But whatever you do, if it is your desire, your will, your objective, you will be great at that. You will be great at that. Not because you're able to will it better than other people. It's because of your genetic makeup, your actual physical makeup. You are disproportionately much more advantaged than the rest of the world because of your genetic makeup. You are, based on your genetic makeup, privileged. These are facts. You're smarter. Why do I say you're smarter? Why do I say you're more intelligent? Because the way that the brain works itself is that it takes in information through the eyes. Okay, we have eumelanin. Okay, so we're able to see at a wider range because of the melanin content. We have our ears. Okay, our drums, whenever the neurons are attached to the drums, they send the signals back to the brain. These are carbon insulated, so the messages get back. We hear more, right? We have more range, more vision in what we hear, in what we see, in what we taste, and in what we touch. Okay, we are more sensitive to the universe around us. So when we take and bring all that in, right, that's input. So then when we begin to use that to create our realities and produce an output, that output is more expressive, of more greater magnitude than the rest of the populations, those that have a less amount of carbon content, because they can't see what we can see because they don't have the melanin, they don't have the carbon content to filter that God essence, that electricity, that movement, that what you see. They can't filter that in the way that we can filter. It doesn't come in more as powerful, as clearly, as efficiently, as effectively as it does for us. So when we think clearly, when our mind is clear and not cluttered with the toxins and the waste, which is a true black genocide, the foods that we eat, the things that we do, the way that we treat one another, that's our biggest problem. That's the greatest problem in the black community. It's our diets. Okay, it's our lifestyles. All right, that's the biggest threat. That's the biggest issue. It's not white people. We can overcome that easily because of who we are. Genetically, alone, hands down, is our greatest gift, our greatest power. We are literally God's walking the earth. We are literally God in the flesh, vibrating. Okay. 3, vibration. The principle of vibration. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrating. So whenever we're vibrating, the vibration itself is God. But we vibrate as a human being. When God is in this flesh, we vibrate at a level that nobody else can because of our carbon content allows for God to vibrate at a certain level. So when we think, we're thinking on a level that no one can compare to. But remember, affirmations, thoughts become things. That's the law of mentalism. Thoughts become things. You are what you think about. I can't breathe. Hands up, don't shoot. That's not something that you want to be saying. If anything, you want to go back to no justice, no peace. The Black Lives Matter movement, hands up, I can't breathe. This is not our perspective. That is not a fighter's, that is not a fighting mentality to get up out of oppression. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Not hands up, not Black Lives Matter. That's European. Let them have that. They're in a civil war with one another. I love what they're doing. Those are our allies. Those are our buddies. Those are our friends. Right? They recognize that they too were mentally enslaved. They weren't put in chains, but they were told that they're privileged. They were given these high positions and positions of powers, and judges and fucking attorneys and court clerks and police officers and fucking... The principle of correspondence, as above, so below. As below, so above. What does that mean? That means when you take a look at the individual human cell itself, the individual human cell has a membrane, so it's like the skin, okay? It has a lymphatic system that decomposes toxins and waste. Okay, it has a part in it that takes nutrients, reconstructs the nutrients, and then uses that as fuel. Okay, whenever nothing else is coming inside of the human body, it's called fasting, right? Whenever the human being stops eating food, what the human does is it takes the waste within each individual cell, it breaks that down, dismantles it and expels it, and then takes the nutrients that had been stored up over the years. Okay, it takes those nutrients, reconstructs them, and put them back into the system and uses that as fuel. And it goes on and on and on for a very, very long time. That's if the human doesn't eat. So the cell in the human body does exactly the same thing that the human body does on the outside. And the human body itself is doing everything that the earth itself is doing. And the earth is doing everything that is as above, so below. Okay? As above, so below. So the same thing with the human body, with the human body. The human body is a spiritual being, okay? And then this thing that we call God, as the chakra up here, is they say this is God, and then this is the pineal gland that comes in contact with God, and God here is infinite. God here can't see above my head. God here is do I want to be this or this or that or that or that or that? I'm studying the forest market. Let's go get that forest. Boom. I put that here. Boom. I put that into the pineal, and the pineal trickles that down to my hands. Right now it's my eyes, it's my ears, because I'm watching the charts. So the way when I watch the charts and somebody else watch the chart, they don't see what I see because I have these melanins. All right. But I literally went and grabbed that above, right? The mental image that I saw, everything that's in it, and placed it here inside the pineal, and now I've activated it into the physical form. As above, so below. What was once a mental projection is now a physical reality. This is who we are. And us, black man, black women, brown people, white people, all have this ability, all have this capacity. But I'm speaking to the black man. You need to understand that you have the ability to be as great as you want to be. And so when it comes to racism, this is what I have to say. Let the white folks handle this their business. Let them handle that. They're working on that. You need to understand who you are and begin to move on that. You need to understand your strength. Man, I'm off. I don't have to go to work today. I wanted to sit up here and talk. I like to be creative. This is me being creative, using my creative mind. Who knows, man? Maybe sometime in the future, 5 years down the road, man, I keep making these videos. Something nice might happen about it. Peace, love, happiness, abundance, and wealth.